on some bright side, Gavin Newsom starting a podcast. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you were excited. So this is exciting stuff. Social media blasts gaslighting Gavin Newsom after he announces new podcast. Let's run the ad for him, Rob. Go ahead and run the ad. Go for it. Play it.
We need to change the conversation. And that's why I'm launching a new podcast. And this is going to be anything but the ordinary politician podcast. I'm going to be talking to people directly that I disagree with.
Oh, yeah. Charlie Kirk.
As well as people I look up to. But more important than anything else, I'll be talking directly with you, the listener. Real conversations. What's going on with the cost of eggs? What are the impacts, real impacts to you around tariffs? What power does an executive order really have? And what's really going on inside of Doge? Look, there's an onslaught of information that we take in. So let's take it to the sources without the typical political mumbo jumbo. In the first few weeks, we're going to be sitting down with some of the biggest leaders and architects in the MAGA movement. This is Gavin Newsom.
All right. How do you think it's going to do, Tom? How do you think it's going to do? I mean, everybody's talking about it, which means it's probably getting some eyeballs. By the way, is it a YouTube channel or it doesn't show YouTube?
No, it says
Spotify.
Huh, interesting. Okay, how do you think it's going to do, Tom?
So it will initially do well on what I call the power of curiosity. So if you take a look back at the history of Bruce Springsteen and Obama, who put something together, remember that?
Yeah, of course. It got canceled within a year, right?
What happened?
It got canceled.
Exactly.
Within a year.
Within a year. So it went through the curiosity phase. They had some guests. They had some things, had a little fizz, and then it goes away. I think that's what's going to happen here. You're going to have some interest. You're going to have a lot of people do it. I remember a radio station that was in California, and they announced that they were going to be nothing but the left. And there was big billboards that were all over Ventura Boulevard, which is like Federal Highway of South Florida. And and it had this big blue California, where we're on the left and we're proud. And so, and it didn't last a minute, because the fact of the matter was, conservative radio works because it's logical to the hearts of the people and it draws the listeners, which is something that liberals freak out about. They don't understand. Find me one liberal of the order of like a Limbaugh or a Levin who has been able to build an audience to sustain it on liberal talk radio. It's not there.
I don't know. To be a what do you call it?
Devil's
advocate. The number one podcast right now on Spotify is the Midas Touch, as of right now. Okay?
What's that?
I think they're liberals. No, is that what it is?
I think it's a liberal slant about.
The Midas Touch.
This guy was a top lawyer for Colin Kaepernick.
Oh,
okay.
Are there three brothers? Is that who they are?
I think. No, I just looked at it right now, and I saw that's
three brothers with very unique backgrounds. But a lawyer.
Yeah, but the point to me is it the fact because just this week we were kind of surprised that Rachel Maddow has 2 million listeners.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's a lot of listeners, Tom. Okay, it's a lot of listeners. The point you make about the left's ideas not having logic to be able to last long term makes sense. Maybe it's a great season to start it because there's an enemy. Like podcasting was easy for conservatives under Biden than it is under Trump. Because under Trump, what are you doing? Just, great idea. Yeah, great idea.
Cheerleading.
Yeah, great idea. And the others, I'm so bored out of my mind. And there's I don't know. Let me tell you. I don't know. Let me tell you. I think this is actually a very good time for liberals to start a podcast.
Yep.
I actually think it's a very good time to start it and see what you could do. I don't know. I mean, it's easy for us to sit here and just...
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think Gavin Newsom has a gravitas to do it. He's going to have a bunch of guests. People are going to see that he's just this vacuous son of a bitch. And
yes, Tom.
And that's going to be that.
You vacuous, Gavin.
And within a year, it's done. This, and by the way, remember, he has to shut this off the minute he announces he's running for president. So this is, let's call it what it is. This is publicity and campaign.
Bingo.
And
Yeah,
remember,
that's what I said.
remember, he was a regular, what podcast was he a regular on? He was like the third wheel. He was on it like every third.
I don't.
Gavin was?
Yeah, he
Which
was
podcast?
like a regular guest on a podcast going all the way through election season.
Was it Adam Carolla or
No,
Well,
no.
yeah, because I was going to say,
No, definitely wasn't
he
Adam
gets his
Carolla.
hat. He
It's
got-
another podcast. Tom's right.
Was it the one with the 3 actors with Jason Bateman and those guys? I really don't know.
I don't.
Vinny, what do you think about this?
Well, first of all, the fact, the gall, the audacity for him to start a podcast when Adam nailed it. Your state is still smoking from the freaking $250 billion damage, almost 1,700 structures burned to the ground, lives lost. You're already talking about building back and low-income housing and, doing his little worm snake dance, talking to Shapiro from Hawaii and how they're going to get land grabs and all that shit. And then $24 billion wasted on homeless, highest taxes, lets everybody vote, no ID, all this shit, high-speed rail, $14 billion. Your state has gone to complete poop. Okay, and you know this. Look at what we have to go through. What we do with the prep, have with everything, with you, with Rob, and all of us in the stories. It takes a lot of time and effort to do this. Okay, shame on him. Like what was the first thing he said? We need to change the conversation. No, we need to change the governor of California. That's
Thank
what it is.
you.
And you made a great point, Tom. And you made a great point because I had it written down here. He knows he's done. He's doing the 2027 run. Kamala Harris, she popped out. All of a sudden, she's in the Palisades, looking around.
You can smell
Yeah,
the
you can
smoke.
smell the smoke. Get the
I
hell
need a double
out of here.
tall crown and water, please.
Yeah, exactly. She looks like she's been partying, which I can't. She spent $1 billion. She might as well keep partying and keep the party going. But this is all strategic. By the way, he's not going to last on a podcast and talk, because I saw in the montage Charlie Kirk's face. I dare him to sit down with you, Charlie Kirk, Tucker Carlson, Adam Carolla sat with him, Rob, and Adam Carolla ate him up until he had nothing to do. I get the shift. I respect the play because he has to. Guys, there's nobody else podcasting. All right, but I'm gonna say this to Californians, and as all my family lives there, and I lived there for over 15 years. If you guys vote for these people, if you vote for Kamala Harris for your governor, or you vote for this guy for president, I have zero remorse for you when shit hits the fan harder than it already is. Period. That's it.
Adam.
Well, so he's going to start this podcast, Gavin Newsom. I don't know if you know this, guys. The comment section in podcasts can be pretty brutal.
Talk to us about it.
I don't know. From what I
What do you
hear,
mean?
From what I hear, they'll really let you know how they feel. I don't think we have anyone like that lets us know exactly how they feel, or that if they should fire somebody for the last
Zero
5 years.
sympathy. Yeah.
Zero sympathy. But they could also be pretty insightful.
What's your point, though? Gavin is battle
What's
tested.
your point?
Gavin is battle
Thank you
tested.
for throwing that in there. But I will tell you, battle tested. We'll see about that.
You don't think Gavin's battle tested?
Well,
He showed up to the Republican debates
Pat,
and just talking.
he's-
Pat, you just cut me off.
He's not a guide. If you're saying that the fact that
What I'm saying.
tell us what
Go
you're
ahead, tell
saying.
us, please.
What's your point, Pat?
He's
What's my-
battle tested. You said he's not battle tested.
I'm saying
he's
he
battle
is-
tested.
I never said he's not battle tested.
You
I'm
said
saying that the
comment
comment section
section
can be
to
pretty
see
brutal.
okay.
So let's see how long he will go without turning the comment section off.
Yeah.
How many times have you showed Twitter links or different articles or news websites that they turn the comment section off?
Yeah.
So my question is, how long will he keep it on? But I think he did one thing. I think he learned exactly what Kamala Harris didn't do. What an idiot move by Kamala Harris not going on Joe Rogan. Are you kidding me? So I think Gavin Newsom is like reading the tea leaves, seeing what's going on there, and says, let me get out there. And then I do agree with you, Pat. I think there's going to be a resurgence of liberal podcasts or a surge of liberal podcasts, just like there was a surge of conservative podcasts where there was the era of 4 years where they were banning free speech.
That's right.
So now they're going to come back and be like, you see what Trump's doing? You see what Elon's doing? I mean, you just dealt with this yourself. A guy tried to spit in your face
Yeah.
at D.C.
Spit on the federal agent's face.
So I'm saying you tried,
Right.
right?
And he
would've
got on
whooped
his
his
back.
ass.
He got
Exactly.
on his back.
But these people are out there, and
yeah,
they're going to be starting
but
podcasts.
Let me tell you, the level of hate you've gotten on the podcast of comments, for example, or what people say when they disagree with me or whoever else here. Vinny, everybody loves Adam, but for the most part, everybody loves Tom. Forgive me. So,
Well as Raymond.
but
And cut that, guys.
when it comes down to this, Tom, as much as you think that people are giving you hate, do you know what the level of hate Newsom's gotten versus you? I actually want you to think about it.
You're saying me or
Yeah, no, you. Like, think about how much negativity you've gotten from the podcast. Or Cuomo.
A little bit.
What do you think Newsom's on?
Times
Adam.
100.
No.
Times
it's
a billion.
Way more.
way more. They
Way
want
more. No. Let me just put it to you this way. So here's what you gotta. This guy's formidable. People cannot take this guy lightly. Rob, go to his account. Go to his Twitter account. So tell me this. I want you to think about if it was anybody else that was announcing something like this. What do you think the comment sections are going to be? Don't look, Tom. Don't look. Look at me. Don't look at him. Don't look at me.
Congratulations. No. It's about time.
Do you think they would close the comment sections or leave it open? The average liberal on the left,
close them.
Biden, Kamala, they would close it.
1,000%.
This is why this is Newsom. Go to Newsom's. Newsom doesn't give a shit. Look at the comment section.
He's not reading it.
No, but look at the comment section. They don't give a shit. They don't care at all. Look at this. These are disrespectful, right? He does not give a. He doesn't give a flying hoot for anybody on what they're saying. So this doesn't mean that his ideas are good. This doesn't mean any of that stuff. This guy is a battle-tested, knowing how to dance and spin. And the debate he did with DeSantis, there was no argument that he had statistically, but he made it seem like he won the debate because he is so shifty and he knows how to dodge. He's like Mayweather, like a boxer that knows how to kind of do that versus the other guys that he knows how to go do these types of things. So, yeah, do I think he's going to be continuing to do this? No, he's going to do this for probably a year and a half. You know who he took this page out of? Hey, Vivek did this. Vivek went and did a podcast for a year and a half. I'm on the road. I'm doing a podcast. I'm going to put the podcast on pause. And now he's running for governor, right, for Ohio. This guy's going to be doing this, and I'm sorry, we have to put this on podcast on pause because I'm running for president. And after all these conversations I had both sides, I have a better understanding of why the MAGA voter is doing this. I never realized this. This is a very good sequencing leading up into winning independence over in 2027, 2028. Strategically, I love it. I love it. And quite frankly, as somebody who, is in the space, doing podcasts, I love competition. I love other guys getting in and trying to see how they're going to be doing it. He's not doing this to be a podcaster that's going to be competing forever and doing this. No. He's doing this because this is his official presidential campaign has begun yesterday.
Yep.
The moment Biden opened up his Instagram account, you know who was one of the first comments in the first 10 minutes? Me. I commented, I said, he is officially about to announce that he's running for president. And he did it a year later, okay? When he opened it, Biden never had an Instagram account. A year later, what did Biden announce? I'm running for office. And then what happened? He became president. This is his way of saying, I'm running for office 2027. Now let's see what's going to happen, who he's going to bring. I'd love to see him and Charlie. I'd love to see him and a lot of different guys. I actually think DeSantis would go on and have the conversation with them. I think he can have a lot of guys that could go there to have the conversation with them. If he does, it should be good. And he's in California, so he's probably going to end up having Shamat on, Sachs on. He's probably going to have some of those guys on. If they agree to go on it, I think that's going to be.
He's going to have no problem getting guests on.
And I hope that they say you have to do this, meaning long form. You can't edit. This has to be just because
whoever that goes there, my recommendation to anybody that goes there, record the entire podcast yourself.
Yep.
Ask them. I'm only willing to do this if I can bring my camera in to record. Do what the president did when 60 Minutes interviewed him and they tried to edit and all this other stuff. We have right now anywhere between 500 to 3,000 resumes that people post on a weekly basis that they want to work here. And after the last year of fully committing to identifying clearly how to describe the culture to new people that get hired, where we can, people can kind of watch it and see it for themselves and say, this is not a company for me to work at. We have 8 or 9 different companies to work at here at Valuetainment Lion Holding. We created a 38-minute video that explains what it is to work here, who Valuetainment is for, who Valuetainment is not for, okay? For the right person, it could be the last job you'll ever have. For the wrong person, there's going to be conflicts on both sides, and we don't want that. We want to be able to find a place that we can work together for a very long time to come. Having said that, this is what we did. We created this, and a lot of our clients at BDC right now are asking for this. So it's the Valuetainment culture, okay, right here, beginning to the end, explaining everything about us, what it is to work here, how we do our meetings with our management team, how we hold each other accountable, what the culture is like. All of that is in this culture deck that we have. So there's 2 things. One, you can purchase this for $19 on the website right there that Rob is showing, this culture deck. Or anybody that places an order and you buy anything over $100, the first 100 are going to get one of these put in the box, sent to you. Again, this is for those of you that either want to find a way to work here. Maybe you're running a business and you want to find out on how to create your own culture deck when you're hiring people. This will give you ideas. Or you have somebody that you have a son, a daughter, a husband, a father, somebody that loves Valuetainment, loves what we do here, and they want to find a way to bring the value to the company, whether it's our consulting firm, Minnect, any of that stuff, and you want to give this to them. Again, you can buy these for $20 or you can place an order over $100 and we will send this over to you. And for those of you that want to watch the 38-minute video about our culture, you can simply text the word culture to 310-340-1132. Again, text the word culture, C-U-L-T-U-R-E, culture, to 310-340-1132. We will send you a text back with the video for you to watch on the culture of working at Valuetainment. Again, go place the order on these booklets because we have limited supply for sale. The rest we're keeping for the people that we are hiring. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.